Leaving the European Tour, we enter Asia here at the Dubai Street Circuit here for round number 10 of 22 of the 2020 Sunoco Pro Series season. At a track we have never been to Pro Series side, but we've been to once in the Light Series. Dubai, well, we used to run Abu Dhabi, pretty close to this circuit. Ran for a few years, was the finale for the first few years. And now we arrive here. This is Dubai Street Circuit. A track there's actually a lot of hope for to stay around because we've had a lot of trouble with street circuits in the past, i.e. Gravis City, that's what it is in Latvia. But now we're here at the start of the Australasian Tour, the third of 5 tours we will be going to this season. And we're going to go look at your starting lineup as starting it off with a bang. Your new points leader, Max Anderson, lines up on pole, hoping to bring forward better results to keep it going, keep his points lead sound. But he's got a big championship rival beside him, Eric Monaco, on the outside row 1. Both of these guys have potential to be the points leader after this round. Row 2, although it's a little bit of a long shot, Will Hoyt is also in range to take the points lead, if I recall correctly. Although a bit of a long shot, I think he's like 90-something points down. He'd need a miracle, but Will Hoyt definitely still in this title fight. Alongside Christopher Cox on his Pro Series debut. A lot of people have been waiting for this one. He's been down in lights, and this has been planned for him to make his debut in Dubai for a while. A lot of people see a lot of potential in Cox, and we'll see if he can do well. Starting P4, very, very good qualifying result out of the rookie. Well, not rookie, but out of the PLS driver. Row 3, Benoit Levine, the crazy Frenchman, looking for finally being able to turn around his season and get a good result today. Alongside William Duncan, who had a bad week last week with a little bit of a tussle with Anderson that didn't amount to anything when it comes to Stewart's side, but now there's just more beef than there already was between Duncan and Anderson. Already some fireworks, but is Duncan going to cause more? Row 4, Alex Benoit still on his breakout year, your Gatineau winner. And Benoit, just a great driver out here, looking to go for his second win of the year, second career win, and try to get into the top 10 in points alongside Alexander Rowe, who used to be the points leader but has fallen off a cliff as of late. He has not been his normal self. The European Tour didn't go the way he wanted. Let's see if he can turn that around here today. And at row 5, Vince Freeze in the 35. Has had a good last few races, definitely been putting this 35 to good use. And alongside Zachary Fitzwater Sr., the 2013 champion, a very impressive result out of one of the oldest champions in the field, and definitely a driver we did not expect to see up here. Some other changes we want to look at. The 99, Mark Nutt now being put into the 99, a trade with Freeze Racing Team, the satellite and the main team. Roger Ray is out at the 99, and it is Mark Nutt now taking that car. Roger Ray DNQ'd his first race in the 18, so not looking great for him, but Mark Nutt looking to have a good sound result up in the top 20. Going to the rear, 2 Anjados in Aiden Shepard and Jack Beniaco line up at the back of the field, with Ray Hall having a bad qualifying. Shepard has had a good string of qualifyings lately, so this is not what he wanted. He actually had an amazing qualifying, but got caught during tech inspection with Beniaco. As we look up at the front, we're going to get ready to go green here. A track that is very new to pretty much everyone in this field, except for Mark Nutt has been here before, which is interesting. So we're going to go down, take the green here at Dubai. And it'll be Max Anderson, your points leader and 2014 champion, leading us down to the green flag as we are going to go green here at Dubai. Monaco not off to a good start. Oh, Duncan's the one that gets sent off. We expected someone to get sent off. Duncan gonna have to lose a few spots. He can definitely get it back. Will Hoyt trying to go for the lead on Anderson here. Monaco drops to third, did not get the start he wanted, and so Will Hoyt's the one who will try to get Anderson out of the top spot. Yeah, there is Duncan now. Fitzwater also did not have a good start. They pushed Louviere out as Duncan will battle with Jackson here. Everyone shuffling through this long right-hander. Will Hoyt getting a little bit of almost a push out of Monaco, but Monaco not quite there. Anderson still in the lead. Benoit versus Alex Beniaco for 4th, but it's the two Mavericks and the Roush Racing car at the top battling for the lead. Wilhoit going for a bit of a wider line, maybe going to try to bring it back in and go for a big lunge here. A good run through here. This is a very fast circuit. This is not a slow circuit whatsoever. So getting a run, getting the toe is so important. Benoit takes 4th away from Beniaco. The cars file through as we hit lap 2. Anderson still your leader. Wilhoit all over the back of the 87. He gets below, and here we go for the lead. Tristan Wilhoit, he'll bring Monaco with him. And Maverick takes 1-2 here in Dubai. Wilhoit so far this year has been notoriously good with his teammates. Despite the fact that Maverick is known for having teammates that don't get along, Wilhoit has been tending to get along really well with his teammates. And it's once again proving here. Wilhoit gets Anderson out of the way, helps Monaco get through, and Maverick holds a 1-2 currently in Dubai. But Monaco maybe wants the lead here. We know Monaco's notoriously not a great teammate to his others, but is he going to push on Wilhoit here early? Of course he will. Alex did get Benoit back, but now Benoit wants to get his spot back. Battle for 4th continues. Big battles here. Duncan seems to have solidified himself down in 16th. It was a horrible start out of the 4, but he's still going to try his best. He's actually... Fitzwater and Takayama have fallen through, so that's actually 2 more spots. He's up to 14th. Jackson up to 13th. Brock runs wide. Perez goes through. Perez doing a fantastic job right now. Eric did get Wilhoit, and Wilhoit is going to take him back. Does it really clean, though, as expected out of Tristan Wilhoit. Wilhoit already has a win this year, coming back at Lime Rock Park, where he absolutely dominated that race. Nobody could touch him. Closest was Ryback and Duncan, which Duncan's having to fight through here. He did get through Jackson, and Ryback is God knows where right now. Yeah, in this little kerfuffle. Ryback started P25. He's down to P27. All of Ditech did not have a good qualifying result. Rails made up a lot of spots. I don't know. Oh, Shock's at the tail end of the field. Ryback trying to get Fuller, and Vincent, it's in his best interest to get them both here and then start his run after the 79 and the 0 of Iran and Thompson, as we've now formed this big line of cars. Monaco going for 2nd on Anderson. Beniaco has officially been able to get away from Benoit. Is maybe going to start going after your top 3 here. Very good to see out of Beniaco that he seems to have this same kind of pace he had back in Gatineau today. Anderson gets pushed high, and Maverick keeps their top 2. Okay. That's Mark Nutt, who has gotten through Paul Jackson now. Nutt's up into the top 15. His first race in this 99, and he's doing what's expected of him. Run really well and a really strong start. Started P20, he's up to P14. Duncan dropped to P16 on the start. He's already back up to P13. He's got his teammate Rowe and Christopher Cox up ahead, with Perez trying to defend the 2. Duncan runs high. Doesn't want to challenge his teammate while he's already fighting someone. So he'll get back in the line, and maybe he'll just follow Rowe here on Christopher Cox. That would probably be in your best interest. Oh, he's going to stick behind. He's going to play the smart, slow game, while Rowe is being very aggressive right now. He's gotten through Christopher Cox. He's trying to get on the 8. Benoit's gotten Beniaco back. Oh, Duncan pushes Cox out of the way. He can get this spot here in the last corner. It's not easy to get a spot in the last corner, because you can be challenged back at turn 1, but if you can get a good enough run through this corner... Oh, he'll try to get on Perez. That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. Oh, Downey's around! Downey gets spun! Someone just hit Downey! And it drops to the back! Oh, that was such a small incident. Oh, people getting shuffled. This rear of the field is chaos right now. And it's even more chaos now that everyone got held up by Downey being spun. Wilhoit still leads over Monaco. Let's go see what happened to Downey there. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Sean Angel, are you serious again? Clips the back of the 40 and sends him around. This is the second time in 2 weeks that Sean Angel has dumped somebody, and now it's starting to concern me. Downey falls to the back of the field, and Angel, for the second straight week, is going to have to answer to the stewards. There was no reason you had to dump Downey there. Bad luck for Gatlin Downey. He had nothing to do with it. Return back Wilhoit, keeping a nice safe distance from the 87. The 87 just trying to keep the 34 away, while now Benoit Levine closes in the 4th position. Paulson has gotten the 5th position away from Benoit, and a 3-wide battle between Brock, Freeze, and Rowe commences. Duncan trying to look where he needs to go. Follow Rowe here. No, he'll end up high. Rowe didn't have the pace. I mean, it's also possible to pass on the high side through here if you can hold it in the last corner. That is possible. I think he's just going to feint wide here and try to get low with the 47. It'd be best to work with your teammate. Freeze, Brock, and Rowe still 3 wide for position. Rowe is flying right now, and he's bringing Duncan with him. Duncan's bad start seems to be recovering. Fall back behind Brock. Don't let him get this. Oh, good job. Not going to lose as much time as he would have if he was on the outside of Brock there. That was very smart. The 2-car Louvier, the only one that didn't go to the rear. Louvier is broken down. Hits by Randolph. Oh, and Louvier out of the race, it seems. Anderson going for 2nd, but that is devastating for the 2. That's devastating for Anjato because both of the other 2 were at the rear. Where are the other 2 now? The 5 and the 25. Benoit is basically at the rear, and so is Shepard. Oh, Anjato, everything's gone wrong today. Wilhoit still leads out front. Monaco and Shepard, no, that is last year, not this year. Anderson continue to fight for 2nd. Benoit keeping Paulson at bay. This is a really important position for Monaco. Monaco would want to stay ahead of the 34 over anyone else. Even probably Jackson. So he's probably going to dive bomb here. He's probably going to go for this spot because he has no other choice. He can't let Anderson stay ahead of him. Not when he's the points leader. Not when Monaco's this close. And oh my God, Anderson's off the track. Anderson into the runoff. There goes Benoit. There goes Paulson. That's big. He didn't even run him off. Anderson ran himself off. He didn't touch him. Anderson falls down to 5th. Benoit's trying to get a podium now. And here's Benoit and Roush getting close to the 34. Anderson is still recovering from going out in the runoff. His tires must have something on them. Because now Benoit and Roush going for position. Roush backs off. Sticks in behind the 17. The 36 is coming for damage. He did clip the 2 when he was down. I did watch that, so understandable that he would have to pit for that. Unfortunate, but definitely explainable. Now the Mavericks. It's been a while since Maverick has had a nice dominant day. It has been Chevron who has been keeping the pressure on all year. And right now, they're finally looking like they're looking at a dominant day because they are 1, 2, 4, and Paulson's going for 3rd. Not quite. Benoit's going to keep him at bay here, though. Benoit is going to keep him at bay, keep 3rd. And Benoit now wants to go after Paulson probably, but he also needs to keep worrying about that 34 behind him. Duncan has had a strong recovery so far. He's up to 11th. Dropped all the way down because he was forced wide on the start. So to see that he's already all the way up to now 11th again, very impressive. Rowe seems to have kind of separated from Duncan. But Rowe is still battling with Brock and Freeze. These two have been battling for a few laps now. I saw that, yeah, Mark Nutt got a little squirrely there and is going to lose a few spots. Still very impressive out of Mark Nutt so far. He's got Allie Nelson behind. Actually, all three Shock Allisons in the top 20. Very, very good day. What they're hoping for. Shepard battling with Holben. Downey just trying to recover from that early spin. Shock Jr. Tamura. Jack Benyako all not having good days. No one's having a worse day than Louvier, though. Paulson again. He's going to try it here. You don't try it here. You got to stick him behind. You got to wait for the right opportunity. Benoit's just going to dive bomb again. Yep. And that's going to close Benyako even more. Look at the 17. He's getting closer and closer. Duncan trying to keep Perez at bay while also trying to go after Brock. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? He was forced to make this move. Perez was pushing the back of him too much, and this is actually going to cost Duncan some time. Unless you can hold it here, which I don't believe you can, at least not well. He's going to have to drop him behind Brock and Perez. Perez made a very smart move there. Forced Duncan into an overtake that he didn't want to make. There is all three Roush Racing cars all together. 6, 7, 8 for the team. It's incredible for them today. But now, Paulson again on Irvine. He wants a top 3 for Maverick. He wants to put them at the top, and this is his best chance to do it. He finally found a place where he could do it. Now the last corner is smart. Now you've got the advantage. Unless Benoit has something. No, Maverick into a 1, 2, 3. Louvier's out of the pits. They seem to have fixed his issue now. And now we watch the two X the pits at long last, and he'll join up probably about mid-pack once this all settles out. Duncan gets back through Perez. Benoit back on the 83. This is not a place to do it, but he'll try it anyway because he's Benoit. You know how he is. Crazy Frenchman going for the position. Paulson at this point is just playing defense for his two teammates who sit out in front calmly just running. Benoit is the fastest of the race at a 1:20.872. Actually just an incredible lap. Almost a full tenth faster than Eric Monaco, who's the second fastest. In fact, it's the three Mavericks at the front who are the next three fastest. These top four are the four fastest of the race. But Benoit is seemingly the fastest somehow. Anderson back up into fifth. He'll bring Roush with him. Freeze maybe going to go with. All three Roush cars are on the move. Could this be a Roush versus Maverick 3v3 at the end of this? What an incredible battle that would be to see. That's something I want to see. I want to see that 3v3. But also keep in mind that the 47 and the 4 are on the way as well. Do not count out Rowe or Duncan. They've been slowly working their way through. Roush on Anderson. Roush wants his chance. Runner up in the sprint. You know Roush still wants that first sprint of the year after it was taken from him back in Gatineau. And now he gets Anderson. Anderson will not fight him. And now we will see what the 38 has in him. Next in line is Benoit and Paulson before it's a little ways up the road, about 2 seconds up the road to Eric and another full second up to Wilhoit, but I think Wilhoit's actually gapped a little bit. Oh my God, Randolph is really slow. They might pull him in. We might see Randolph get parked because no, there's no straight line speed on that thing. Massive damage on the 36. It doesn't look like it, but he is not up to pace. He might not be making minimum speed. They might park Tim Randolph here. Look at that. Over 10 miles an hour faster on the straight out of Wilhoit. Oh, I think they're going to have to park Randolph here. He stays out another go, but I'm not sure how much longer they'll keep him out before they park him. I hate to say that, but he is just not up to pace. Rowe up 2 positions to 7th. In 1 lap, he gets the people he wanted. He gets Benyako and Freeze. Rowe is now in this thing. Mistake out of Roush. Wilhoit a second and a half up the road. Now, Paulson less than a second back from Eric Monaco. Look at Randolph. He's suffering. All right, yeah. It does seem like that Randolph has gotten the word to retire the car. He's not meeting minimum speed. When you're like 15 miles an hour slower on the back straight, you got to expect that it's not going to go well. I believe Randolph will be going high here and diving into the pits to retire the car. And he's going to go with a lot of people into pit stops. Pit stops underway. Early pitters coming in. Benoit stays out. And Randolph will come into the pits with all the people. During pit stops, Randolph retires the car. And now green flag pit stops are underway. Benoit stayed, and I don't know how to feel about that. Because if anyone to stay, that actually terrifies me. I see that Duncan also... Oh, both chevrons took some clean air there. And here we go. Pit stops underway. Monaco or Anderson out first? Should be Monaco... Or, no, Wilhoit. Wilhoit, Monaco, Anderson should be your order out of the pits. Paulson jumps Eric. Wow, Anderson gets jumped. Shane gets a huge improvement, it seems. That looked like a very large improvement out of Shane. He jumps Mark Nunn. I think he jumped Fitzwater there. That was an excellent pit stop out of Shane. Good job. Roush catching Benoit now. This in-lap's so important, and Roush just put in a banger, it seems, because he's right on the back of the 7, and he wasn't before. Out into the runoff, that's where you want to be, off the track, so that no one hits you. You want a very neat entry in, because the neater the entry, that just means it's faster. Duncan and Perez side by side in the pits, nothing against that. This should just be Wilhoit, right? God, Pericles almost just got the wall. There is not Nick Pericles. What am I thinking? Here is Tristan Wilhoit now. Rounding the final corner. Which is going to be better, in-laps or out-laps? Looks like out-laps. People coming out of their pit stalls. Out of their pit stalls they come. Not a very good pit stop out of Duncan. And it is Wilhoit out to the lead. Paulson out to second. Monaco out to third. But it's Benoit in fourth now. So Cordell, Paulson in lead. I do see Gerard Aron has stayed. One more go. Gerard Aron stays out. He's actually running pretty fast. His lap times for the amount of time that are on these tires are not terrible, so it's not a terrible decision to just stay out one more time, get a clean pit lane. I don't hate this. And a very neat entry out of Aron as well. Downey as well. They want clean pit lane. It is the 98, the 83, and now Alex Benoit for third. He might not be close enough. He might not be far enough up to truly get this move done. Pull back, Benoit. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Oh, he'll go for it anyway. Oh, he's trying to make it work. It's not. Eric's going to get him here. My God, Shane. You gained so much there. Look at him. Your pit crew popped off. Duncan suffering. Brock gets around Anderson. And here we go. Wilhoit, Paulson, Monaco, your top three. Maverick has 1, 2, 3 once in the past. It's only ever been done twice out of them back in Paris of last year. And then at a full front of motorsports all the way back Portland 2013. Maverick trying to get a top 3 sweep for the third time in history for their second time as a team. Last time it was God, I think it was, I want to say Paulson, Eric Scott. I want to say was the combo that did it. I don't believe Rahal was around at the team at that time. No, it was last year, right? So, no. Yeah. I think I'm right on that. But now, how can Wilhoit keep up the pace? Can he keep this going? And where did, I want to check on Gerard Ron, how he came out of the pits. God, Duncan got passed by Iran in the pits. That's, oh, it's not going well. It is going really well for Shane. Where did Shane start? Shane started 23rd, up into the top 10 now. As Brock wants Anderson here. Fastest is the 87. Eric Monaco is the fastest on track. 10 laps to go last time, so as this race continues, Monaco not a very good line there, but 3.5 seconds the gap to Wilhoit. I think Wilhoit might be getting a second win. I think we may be looking at Wilhoit's second win of the year. And I don't think a rookie's ever gotten 2 wins in 1 year, by the way. I do not believe a rookie has ever gotten 2 wins in the rookie year. Tristan Wilhoit looking to do just that. As he leads out front. Paulson now maybe going to start being put under pressure by the 87 and the 17. Top 5. Wow, just 5, 6, 8 out of the Roush Racing crew is such an incredible day. But I'm watching this 42. And Mark Nutt's in 13th. Very good result for his team. Dude, that's 21st now for Duncan. Duncan once again on the move, trying to make up time that's been lost. Fastest on track. Lots of people in the 120s. Your leader is not one of them. The fastest is Brock and Anderson. It's these 3 right here are your fastest. Anderson, Brock, and Vincent are the fastest on the track. I don't think they can win, right? They're 8 seconds back from the leader. But they are fast. They're a full second quicker than Wilhoit. Vincent now on Brock. Not quite, he'll back out, I think. I think he's backing out. No, he's Shane Vincent. I'm not sure about that. No, he is. Okay. Let's take him behind Brock. Alex Benyako now. All over the back. He's at 121.1s. He's along with Monaco. They are the 2 fastest in the top 5. They're about a half second quicker than Wilhoit. At this pace, it's not out of the question that they could beat him. It's going to be Eric. Most definitely here. Look at that battle back here. Because now Anderson, Brock, and Vincent have caught the back of Benoit. The pace that these three have together is incredible right now. Benoit gets a little squirrely. Vincent gets a little squirrely. Let's check on Duncan because he is a championship contender. He's someone we got to be focusing on. He just got through Iran. He's up into the top 20 now. Trying to continue this recovery drive. Christopher Cox trying to keep 11th from Alexander Rowe. Mark Nutt looking behind. Anderson on Benoit. Big runoff there for the 01. I think this is all Tristan Wilhoit. But now it's up to Maverick to hold this top 3. This would be huge for the Constructors' Championship. This is exactly what they want. Chevron has been out in front in this Constructors' Championship, running away with this, and anything would be good, but a top 3 would be something else. Louvier makes his pit stop. Remember, he's on a completely different cycle. Don't worry about him. He'll just take 2 tires and go. I still want to look at these guys because they are just quick. Anderson has gotten through the 7. Everyone's starting to slow down, get onto an about the same pace. Paulson and Eric now beginning to battle. Alex messes up. Could we actually be looking at a Dubai podium sweep out of Maverick? Oh, Alex held up by Louvier. This is just all Maverick today. Although Roush Racing also having just an incredible day. This is going to hurt Chevron in this championship big time. Although Rowe trying to get through Vincent here, trying to get into the top 10. Mark Nutt up to 12th on Christopher Cox. Cox does not fight his teammate. Cox knows that Mark Nutt is going for points here. Cox has already proven that he's done well today. But now it's Mark Nutt's turn to try to hunt down a top 10 for the team. Top 10 on your debut start for the team is incredible if he can pull it off. Paulson versus Monaco for second. These are precious points on Anderson. You know Monaco's going to do what he can. And Eric Monaco up to second. This is big because there's Eric in second now. Anderson just trying to keep Brock at bay for 7th. Which good results out of both of them, but those are still pretty big points for Eric. Paulson will continue to fight him. And if he continues to fight him, they might bring in the 17 and the 38. Wilhoit just relaxed out front. Not running incredible laps, just running good laps. That's exactly what he needs to do. 121.4s. That's all you need to run to win this race. Scott Roush going for position. Paulson 1 second back. He's in this championship too. And Eric is not going to fight him too hard. He knows that too hard of a fight is going to bring in those guys behind. He knows that he can't be too eager to get this, but look at the lead that the 98 has. He is just out there looking for career win number 2 and 2 wins in his rookie year. 5 laps to go this time at the Dubai Street Circuit for Tristan Wilhoit. Paulson, Monaco, Roush, Freeze, Benyako all could possibly get second here. Mark Nutt's in the top 10. No, he's not. Just barely. I thought he was. No, Vincent's in the top 10 again. Mark Nutt just trying to keep the 47 at bay. He's not going to be able to. Shane recovers into the top 10 again. How is the second at points Willie D? He's behind the 78 now. He's still around 20th. He's lost his pace. Mark Nutt on Alexander Rowe here. Big dive out of the 99. This is the best day that the 99 has been able to have all year. And Mark Nutt's putting on one hell of a drive. P11 for Mark Nutt. His last target to get a top 10 for Chuck Allison on his debut start for the team would be getting Shane Vincent. But that is not an easy task because that's Shane Vincent. They're both in PLS around the same time. They both were in this race, if I'm correct. I think they were both in the Dubai race. I believe Shane was still around back then in PLS. So this is a track that they know. And now they're going to have to fight. They once fought in PLS, but now they have to fight in the pros for a top 10. Mark Nutt for 10th. He's not going to get it. This is not the spot you do it, Mark. And that's going to help Rowe. Rowe is going to love that. But Mark Nutt slips into line. Maybe a crossover. Maybe a crossover. Out of the 99, Mark Nutt for 10th. Oh, this is a fight. Yeah, no, Wilhoit's gone. Wilhoit is just gone. But this is now troubling for Maverick. They want this podium sweep, but Roush is quicker. Benyako is quicker. But not a good line out of Roush. That's what they want to see. Monaco, you got to see the opportunity there with Roush's mistake to get away. You can't just start challenging again. This is your chance to get away. Yes, he slips back. He knows what's at stake here. He knows the team can sweep. This is an opportunity I did not think would arise today. I knew that Maverick had a chance in 2-3, but I did not expect Paulson to be this much into it today. 3 laps to go this time for Tristan Wilhoit, looking for career win number 2 in his rookie year. of any way to get yourself in the championship hunt in your rookie year, this is how you do it. Jackson's a little bit lacking right now, though. No, Jackson's a little more than a little bit lacking. Wow, 24th, Paul Jackson. What is happening, man? Into the top 20 goes the 4. It is just not a good day, but a top 20, if you can salvage it, that's what you gotta get. And he's gonna go for 19th as well. Mark Nutt. Benoit got overtaken by Shane. Shane's into 9th, and now Mark Nutt has probably a little bit of an easier target. Benoit is, although he's also pretty much just as aggressive as Shane, he's also got that age factor. Benoit has not been on his pace that we know out of him this year. So if anyone you would want to try to pass for a top 10, it would be someone who has not been in their stride this year. Mark Nutt, here's the dive for 10th. He's going for it. Row through the middle. That just helps Mark. Mark Nutt's in the top 10. Steven Thompson for 11th. Another Trailblazer comes in to help. 2 laps to go for Tristan Wilhoit. Roush is in 3rd. He dethroned them. Roush just stopped the Maverick top 3. You know Eric's going to want to get it back. But Roush won 2nd. Freeze up ahead of Benyako. Roush Racing is swarming at the last second. Oh, Eric. Oh, something's gone wrong. His pace just dropped. His pace just fell off a cliff. Where did it go? Where did the magic go, Eric? Roush for 2nd. Oh, the Maverick top 3 falls apart. I mean, it's still an absolutely incredible day. Don't get me wrong. But you know that Jason Wolf wanted to see that top 3 happen. And now they went from a top 3 sweep to now not even going to be getting 2nd or... No, they're probably going to get 1st, 3rd here, it seems. Roush is faster than Paulson. And as we come down, Tristan Wilhoit to take the white flag. Roush going for 2nd. Freeze going for 4th. Big dive bomb, he gets it. Benyako pushes Eric out. What's happening? Is Eric low on fuel? Did Eric use too much? I think Eric used too much fuel. I think he has to save. Oh my god, is Eric out of fuel? No, Eric is not out of fuel. Eric is not almost out of fuel. There's no way. He's falling like a rock. Wilhoit's got the white flag. It's all his. Paulson's probably going to get 2nd here, but Roush Racing in a 3-4. Eric, you're being passed by Louviere. He's out of fuel. Eric's out of fuel. Eric Monaco's out of fuel. Oh my god. You did not push too hard, Eric. You did not just do that. I'm devastated. Eric had top 3 sweep and he's out of the top 5 in the final lap. But here he comes. No rookie has won 2 races in the rookie year. But this man will pull it off through the last corner. The team may have fallen apart behind him, but he never faltered. Tristan Wilhoit wins in Dubai. Paulson will take 2nd. Roush finishes out the podium. And Eric, he's out of fuel. He'll finish in the pit lane. It's too dangerous for him to finish on track. And 19th for Eric Monaco as he runs out of fuel on the final lap and limps home from a podium to 19th. Oh my god. Devastating for Eric Monaco in his championship hunt, but an absolutely textbook day at a Tristan Wilhoit. Starting the Australasian Tour off with a history-making moment and the first repeat winner of the 2020 season is a rookie. Tristan Wilhoit, second win of the year. And I think a rookie just solidified himself as a title threat. Roush comes home a very strong P3, I want to point out. Just 14th to 3rd. Another fantastic day out of Roush. Freeze follows suit, 9th to 4th. Anderson brings home 6th for probably the best day of the year. Best day that Roush Racing, period, has had in a long time. 3, 4, 6. Absolutely incredible. And Benoit in the top 5 as a cherry on top. Congratulations to Tristan Wilhoit. Let's go look at your finishing results. And so it's Tristan Wilhoit taking the win here at Dubai. Paulson 2nd, Roush 3rd, Freeze 4th, Benoit 5th, Anderson 6th, Brocken 7th. Mark Nutt on his debut for Shock Allison Racing brings home P8. Shane Vincent 9th, and Alexander Rowe rounds out your top 10. Eric Monaco registers retired, but not really. That's just timing and scoring being weird. But from being P3, battling for P2 with 2 to go, to running out of fuel and ending up P19, absolutely devastating for the 87. But he has no one to blame but himself. He pushed the car too hard. He battled too hard with Paulson. He kept trying to push for second, get as many points as Anderson as he could. He should have just taken 3rd. He should have just taken 3rd when he had the chance. But he runs himself out of fuel, and he'll have to pay the price. I am floored. Tim Randolph out of the race was forced to be parked for being too slow. Louvier was not too slow. He was actually just about up to pace once he got back out on track, so that's good for Louvier, but damn. Obviously, Sean Angel's got to answer for the incident with Gatlin Downey. We'll talk about that post-race. Congratulations, Tristan Wilhoit once more. Next time, we're heading out to the final race before silly season starts. It's Twin Ring Motegi. And it's a race that's expected to be fun. Last time, it was Cody Lamas who won the race in a shocking finish. And now we head back there. I'm a little concerned, but I'm also excited. Twin Ring's gotten us good action in the past, and I think it can bring home a good race again. Congratulations once more, Tristan Wilhoit, and we will see you all next time as we head over to Japan to continue the Australasian Tour. Ciao.